Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. The purpose of this talk is to discuss the use of audiovisual material in the language classroom. Due to time constraints, today I'll just discuss the use of videos and songs. First, I'll explain why teachers should try and use videos and songs. Then I will discuss some of the problems that teachers may encounter and how to avoid them. To conclude, I will go over the benefits of using this kind of material in the classroom. So, why should teachers use songs and videos? To begin with, they are highly engaging. They will catch the students' attention almost immediately. If students are interested in the content, they will be receptive and willing to learn something new. At the beginning of the course, students can draw up a list of the songs, movies, series, and documentaries that they like. Songs and videos motivate students with authentic material. One of the biggest advantages of using videos and songs in the class is that they are fun and entertaining. Knowing that they can understand a real person speaking in English gives the students a sense of achievement, and this is highly rewarding for teachers. In addition, they listen to vocabulary or structures they have learned about in a different context, and they are exposed to other vocabulary items. English is not just a subject that is taught at school, but it's a living language that is used around the world, in the real world. You may also ask students to reflect upon how easy a video was or how difficult it was. Songs and videos provide context to help understanding. They help students to understand the situation that is being depicted if they are watching a video, for instance. And also when listening to a song, they don't need to understand every single word. Now, documentaries can also be useful to introduce a topic. In the case of upper intermediate students or advanced students, they are often asked to write argumentative essays. Many times they complain that they have no ideas. By watching a documentary or a video on YouTube, they can listen to different topics and learn about different points of views, and get useful information. After watching the video, they can exchange ideas and then go on and write the piece. Another important thing I'm going to mention is that by listening to songs and watching videos, students will listen to different accents and learn about different cultures. They will pay attention to different pronunciation patterns and they will internalize them without even having to learn the rules. Songs and videos introduce culture and new ideas. So, for instance, they can learn about a problem that is happening in a very distant country. They can also learn about the electoral system in the US. In the year 2016, some of my students were interested in the elections in the US. So what I did was to get a video on the elections and I played it in the class and then we discussed it. Before I watched the video with my students, they had the chance to see some of the words that were going to be mentioned, for example, the word caucus, or electors. So this was very productive for them because they learned the vocabulary beforehand. Now, what are some of the pitfalls or disadvantages that students can find? One of them is technology. Um, some schools and some institutions are not equipped with a TV set, and sometimes teachers need to take their own netbooks or laptops to the classroom. So this could be a problem. Of course, the internet connection it's something that needs to be mentioned because, well, sometimes the internet doesn't work so well, especially when you have to show a video. Now, how do you choose the right videos for learners? It's essential to select your videos and songs very carefully, considering the age, the language level, and the interests of students. Young students usually like animated films, while teenagers and adults usually prefer series and movies. Not everybody likes documentary, but they may find them useful if they are doing some research or they need to learn about a topic. It's essential to consider how advanced your students are when selecting the content. If the video content or the song is too complex, the learners will find it hard to understand and may lose motivation and interest. Conversely, if it's too easy, they will get bored. So, it's also key to design and grade classroom activities appropriately. Even low learners can answer simple questions about complicated subjects, and some videos can be used to spark conversation. Now, how to use songs and videos in the classroom. When introducing a song or video, it's important to bear in mind that presentation is key. Authentic listening materials can often be intimidating or stressful for students regardless of their level. That's why it's important to have some sort of scaffolding. By that I mean, think of activities that will make the task of understanding authentic material less daunting. Introduce some vocabulary in advance. Videos that are made especially for ESL students tend to be boring, really. However, nowadays you can find plenty of good videos on the internet. You may also play certain videos to make students aware of cultural differences and, well, other situations that are going on in the world. So, about presentation, as in any other activity, try to think of an activity, some sort of warm-up activity leading to the task. Think of activities while watching the videos or listening to the song, and also think about a follow-up activity. So, let's talk about that. As a pre-watching activity, you can think about the title of a movie, of a series or a song, and relate it to the material they are going to watch. So this is sort of a prediction activity. Students will be asked to predict what is going to happen next. And then they will talk about they can compare what happened and against their predictions. So these are just some ideas. In the case of videos, you can get some screenshots and make some predictions, and also to describe what's going on in the scenes. In that way, you can get some of the vocabulary. Of course, don't introduce spoilers. What else? So, now, for songs, there are lots of activities. One of them is fill in the gaps. That's a typical one. There's no need to explain that. Another one could be to provide the students with the lyrics, and they have to spot the mistakes. They can also order the verses. They can also write a new verse. This would be creative writing. They can discuss the song. One of the songs I like is Where is the Love by Black Eyed Peas. And this song can be used to discuss inequality and war. As you can see, there are plenty of ideas. All these activities can be used with videos. In the case of videos, they will be familiar with some characters if they have already watched the series, and they can describe their personality types, their habits, also the appearance, the clothes they are wearing. That can be done on the spot. Songs and videos are useful to work with pronunciation patterns. For instance, in the case of the word, the song Viva la Vida, you can find two words in which some words are mute, letters are mute, like castle, the T is mute, or sword, the W is mute, and a word like choir could be new for them, or they may not know how to pronounce it. So this would help students a lot. They are also going to find expressions like ain't, gonna, won't. So this will help students to get familiar with colloquial expressions and also idiomatic expressions. So, to conclude, songs and videos help students to contextualize the language they have learned and acquire more vocabulary items. In the case of videos, facial expressions and hand gestures give cues about what's going on. Learners can see the setting of the communication on the screen. They also realize if a situation is formal or informal. So, methodologically speaking, teachers should encourage learners to watch the films and videos and to listen to songs actively by using supplementary materials such as worksheets prepared in advance. Students will be fully engaged in the tasks. The role of the learner will be active. So, I hope that you will be using songs and videos in the classroom. Thank you for listening to me.